and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are doing a little video about my jewellery collection. As you can see, I am a silver jewellery wearer, and I think there are so many videos out there on where you can find nice gold jewellery, but I do think getting a good little mix of silver jewellery takes a little bit more work. I feel like gold jewellery is more readily available, and sometimes you have to like dig through the depths of the internet to find the good stuff when it comes to silver jewellery. So I'm here to tell you about everything that I wear in my everyday life. Like, this is the set of jewellery that doesn't ever really change, and then sometimes I mix it up if I'm feeling fun and quirky and cool, but realistically, if I'm putting jewellery on, it's all of this and nothing else. I am actually on the hunt for some new necklaces because I just want to mix this area up a little bit, but particularly my rings, they don't change. I'm so happy with like the way I've got them. So I think the easiest way of doing this is taking all my jewellery off, starting naked, and then showing you the order everything goes on and talking about each piece individually, because, not to toot my own horn, but there is a really good little collection I've got going on. Okay, so here I am without any jewellery at all, which is really weird for me because I have 3 bits that I never ever take off. So to not have any of them on feels a little bit weird, but I'm going to start with those ones and build my way up to kind of like the different levels of what I wear. Just before I get started, everything that I can find still available online I will link down in the description, so if you are looking for any of them then you'll be able to find them all below, but as I talk through them I will try and include where they're from, etc., just so you know. So the first thing that I'm starting with is my necklace that I wear all the time. This is from Vinader and it's quite like a long chain, and then it just has a tiny little kind of pear-shaped droplet on it, and it's just like really lovely, plain and simple. It's got a slightly hammered texture to the charm, so it just has, you know, a little bit of something going on but nothing too much. I was actually just about to undo it, but it's a long enough chain that I always just slip it over my head because it makes life easier rather than it getting caught in my hair. But this sits quite low down on me, but I really like it just as a very plain, everyday, never take it off piece, and I literally always have it on show. Whenever I get dressed in the morning, I'm always pulling it out to make sure it is out. Like I said though, I am in the market for some new necklaces. I want a couple that I can layer together, and I'm really finding it hard finding the perfect things that I want. I ordered a couple of bits recently and one came and was like way too short, even though it looked like it was meant to be like mid-length online. It was up here, choker vibe. And I find with silver, a lot of places have like either really bright silver or that kind of darker chromy colour, so a lot of them never match, and I'm really particular about all my silver matching as well as it possibly can. So yeah, necklaces and like particularly layering ones is something that I'm really struggling with at the minute, but it's the thing that I really want to crack because as much as I love this, there are certain outfits that just call for a little bit more going on, something a bit chunkier, something a bit cooler, because this is so like dainty and delicate that sometimes it just needs to be a little bit different. If you know anywhere where I can get just some really lovely layering pieces with kind of like different vibe chains going on perhaps, let me know in the comments. So the next thing that I never ever take off is this bangle. It is from Pandora, and it's just a completely plain bangle with the Pandora little clasp on it there. This one I actually think my mum got as a gift with purchase when she was buying a charm bracelet for someone else. And because she got it for free, she was like, Jess, do you want it? And I was like, actually, yeah, I do. And I never ever take it off. It goes on my left hand and it goes above where my watch sits as well. But that is on me every single day, and it has been for several years actually. I never take it off. And then similarly on my other wrist, on my right hand, I wear this little bracelet. This one is from Vinader and it has got really lovely kind of like mesh, it's like almost like mesh links, which makes it look really different from a lot of like normal bracelets, I think. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and again, I don't take it off. I've had it maybe a year or so now and it is just always there. I shower with all of my jewellery, I swim with all of my jewellery, I go into saunas, rarely, but with all of my jewellery, and I absolutely know that that is not what you're supposed to do, but I do, and all of them are still in really good condition, so I don't think it actually matters a huge amount. So this now, with the necklace and the bangle and the bracelet, this is what I have on absolutely every single day, and it never comes off. Now onto everything that I put on whenever I am going out. Like I said, all of my jewellery pretty much stays the same. I rarely ever change it up, but it's because I found like a selection that I just love so much that I don't feel the need to switch bits out all the time. So first up is my watch. This, I won't lie, is out of battery and has been for probably a year or so now. Ollie bought me this for Christmas maybe like 3 or 4 years ago now, and it's the only watch I own, it's the only watch I wear. I absolutely love it. It's just got a really fine mesh strap with quite a big white face on it. Very simple, goes with absolutely everything, and then that sits on this arm just next to my bangle. One day I might maybe pop into a Timpson's to get a new battery for it, but I do wear it completely for the aesthetic and not to tell the time with. Although I think when it used to work, I did check the time on it, but I've got a phone, so I just check the time on that, and this just is there to look pretty. Next up are my hoop earrings that are from Vinader. These ones, again, I just love them so much that I wear them all the time. They are super chunky, and they're like a hammered texture as well, so they've just got like a little bit of pizzazz to them. They're quite small in terms of it's not like a big hoop, but they're like chunky, so they still look funky. But these I pop in pretty much every time I'm going out. The only time I ever change these for other hoops is if I am dressing up a little bit more and want like a bigger hoop, but I just really do like the way that these sit. I think they look really nice, and because they're chunky, even though I've got a lot of hair, you kind of still see them through the hair, whereas if I think I had like a really skinny little hoop, you wouldn't be able to see them as much. But these are gorge, and I absolutely love them. Right, now let's build up my rings. This is obviously me with nothing on, and I do wear quite a lot of rings. I wear 10 in total. So let's start with these two. The bottom one is from Vinader, and it is just a hammered stacking ring. I've just realised I've actually got quite a lot of hammered jewellery, and I never even, it's not intentional, I just happen to have it. And then basically these two are stacked together, and the top one is from she rebranded, what's her name? Good Daze Jewellery. She used to be Mood Good, she is now Good Daze Jewellery. It is a small brand, and it was a collaboration that she did with an illustrator. It was like Shuturp. So it's like S-H-U-T-U-R-P, Shuturp. Anyway, so it's, I love this so much because it says live, laugh, love, but it's L-I-V-L-A-R-F-L-U-V. So it's live, laugh, love, but it's like ironic, and I just think it's really funny. And again, Ollie bought me this maybe last year for my birthday, and I just love it. It's one of my favourite bits of jewellery that I own. So they just get stacked together and they go on my ring finger. Controversial, I know a lot of people don't like to wear jewellery on their ring finger if they're not married, but that doesn't bother me. So that's where they go. It's all right if you don't want to do that, but if I get married, I get married, and if I don't, I don't. I don't think it's anything to do with the jewellery that I currently wear. Next finger along is this ring. This is from Pandora. It says Angel on it in a kind of, what's the word I want? It's that kind of like gothic font that has been going around a lot lately. And again, I just think it's really cool. I like that it's a little bit different, and it doesn't look like a standard ring, I guess, because of the shape of it. But that one sits there on my middle finger, and that is the beginnings of this hand. Now, the one that goes on my next finger, I am obsessed with, and let me tell you why. It's because I made it myself. It is a kind of signet ring vibe. It is very, very chunky. You see there, weighs an absolute ton, and when I first started wearing it I was like, oh my god, this is so heavy, it's gonna really annoy me, but I think I've just got so used to it now. I got a kit for Christmas from my mum, 2021, literally took me about 6 months to even open it because I am terrible, such a procrastinator, and I think I was a little bit nervous to like get it wrong, not even get it wrong, but I didn't know what I wanted to do, and it felt like a really big decision to make, so it took me ages to do it. But basically you get a little bit of blue wax and you carve the ring that you have designed yourself. So I spent an evening doing this pretty much. I think maybe I did it maybe across 2 different evenings, but the first evening I sat down with my iPad and just sketched out loads of different designs that I thought might be quite cool. I knew that I wanted a signet ring, so it was specifically a signet ring set. So I was just kind of like looking on Pinterest for some inspiration, doodling up some little bits, and I settled on this, which is basically a cloud shape with a sad face, like a crying face on it. There's not really like a meaning or anything behind it. I just thought it looked quite cool. I've got an illustration degree as well, so little just doodly bits. I've some of the tattoos that I've got, like that one there and that one there, I will do them in a separate video, but like I drew them myself as well. I just like little kind of fun doodly bits. So this is the product of that. I carved it all myself. I sent it back to the Workbench, who then cast it in silver. I know they do other metals as well. They even do gemstones. Really, really cool. I love the idea. I think they do workshops too, so if you wanted to do it in like more of a class environment rather than doing it at home. I just think it's such a cool, fun thing to do, and then you end up with a little bit of jewellery that's so unique to you because you made it yourself, and there is literally not a single one in the world that exists as well. I just love it, and that one sits on my index finger on my left hand. So that is where we are at currently. On my thumb, we have got this. It is just a little twisty, intertwined little band, and it's got stones in it. It's from Pandora. I actually lost this last summer, and I was so devastated and felt so naked without it that I went and rebought it because I just couldn't find any other rings that I liked as much as this one for my thumb. So this one, I now look after it very, very, very well because I was so annoyed and upset that I lost it. But I was at like a garden party barbecue thing, and I think it just slipped off, and because it was a big garden, I just never found it again, which is really frustrating. But I bought it again, and when I did, I was really glad that I did, because I think that it just finishes off the hand really well. So that is what that hand looks like there. Okay, so now my other hand needs doing, and again, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's 5 rings per hand, so 10 was right. So we're gonna start in the same direction again, so with the ring fingers, and this is what I wear on these, and it is these 2. They are from Vinader, and they are basically different variations of the same ring. They are the same as the Vinader, I think it's called their signature bangle, and it's one of their like most popular items that they do, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's what they're quite known for. This is the same shape as that. So it's got the rounded bottom, it's flat on top, and then it's got the kind of little notches out of the side. And then the 2 different ones that I wear is, one is thicker and it is just plain silver, and then this one is thinner, but it has a line of, I'm assuming not actual diamonds, but it's got a line of stones in. Or are they actually diamonds? No, surely not. I don't know. Sparkly nonetheless. But I know that they do even more variations of this. I think they do some that are even wider, and you can get the wider ones that have more lines of the stones in as well. So like there's so many different variations of these, but I love these sitting together and they just go on there. Next along, we have got this one, and this is from Daze. And this one just has a really tiny little like twist in the front. It's a really lovely band. I want to say it's from the Estee Lalonde collection, but that might not be true. But I love Daze jewellery. I've had many of their pieces over the years. I've got a couple of their signet rings that sometimes I do get out, but this is like I said, my go-to combination of things. But I just think it's a really lovely little ring, and I'm pretty sure when I was buying it, in the description it had something about it kind of being like a little flow and like a dip, and it just felt like it had quite a lot of meaning behind it. So I really do love that one. And then that is how they both sit together there. The next one that I've got is another one from Pandora. It is just a little heart, and again it has got stones in it. It's a sparkly one, definitely not real diamonds, this one, but it's pretty and I like it. But yeah, again, like, I just think they sit together so nicely. That is what we're working with currently. This hand actually is a lot less chunky than this hand. It's like they've got different personalities, but I'm not mad about it. It took me a while to kind of figure out how I wanted it all to look. And there's only maybe one ring that I would change, and actually it is the one that I just put on, the Pandora one. And not because I don't like it, but because I would potentially, if I was going to make another Workbench ring, which I do want to do, make another one myself, I think that is the finger I would want to put it on. And it would be the ring that I'm minded switching out the least. So I love it, and I think it sits really nicely with what I've got, but to be able to put in another that I've made myself, this one would move to the subs bench. And then lastly, on this hand, this is from, where's it from? I want to say this is Monica Vinader as well, actually. So this is just a band that has got, it's like wavy almost, so it's got thicker parts, thinner parts, and it's just, I wanted something for my other thumb that was like relatively plain but still interesting, because I've got the twisty sparkly one on the other side. I didn't want anything that was like too in your face, so I just thought having one that had just kind of like a little wavy moment going on, I think it looks really nice. So obviously we've got the necklace down there, I've got my hoops, and then I've got my bracelets, my watches, and all 10 of my rings. And I just love them. And I know that it's a good collection because whenever I post a reel on Instagram where I show myself putting my jewellery on, I get so many questions about where it's all from. So that's how I know I've done a very good job. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a really good collection. One I've made myself, one is from a small business that I've followed for such a long time, and then the others are a mix of Pandora, Daze and Monica Vinader. So there we have it. If you are a silver jewellery wearer or even a gold wearer, these, I'm pretty sure the majority of these all come in gold as well, so you're not excluded, you're not left out. But if you want to jazz yourself up a little bit, all your decorations that you put on every day, hold on, I'm moving back now, then you know where to look. They're all going to be linked down in the description, as many of them as I can find. So there we have it, my full everyday jewellery collection. I hope it was helpful, particularly for the people who struggle finding nice bits of jewellery in silver, because I know that can be a pain, and it has taken me years to get to this point where I just absolutely love the jewellery that I put on every day. If you have got any recommendations, like I said, I want a few layering necklaces, so any recommendations for those, let me know in the comments below, and I'm gonna be on a little spending spree after this, I think, just to like finally get that last little gap in my collection filled. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed if you're not already, and I will see you in the next video.